Wildcats have clawed their way to nearly every ecosystem on Earth, but even apex predators aren't safe from each other. In the wild, being a cat doesn't make you exempt from becoming prey. Sometimes your biggest threat is simply a bigger cat. Here's a look at some of the most brutal cat-on-cat rivalries across the globe. Cheetah. The cheetah has a reputation as one of the African savanna's biggest pushovers, and honestly, it's not undeserved. It holds the title of fastest land animal on the planet, but that speed comes at a steep cost. Cheetahs are lightweight and comparatively weak, which means roughly 1 in 10 of their kills get stolen outright by other predators before they can finish eating. Built like a sprinter rather than a fighter, the cheetah relies on raw acceleration instead of muscle, landing a hunting success rate of 40 to 50%. High for a big cat, but useless if you can't defend the meal. Across Africa's open grasslands, cheetahs mostly target small to medium-sized antelope, occasionally teaming up to bring down something as large as a wildebeest or kudu. When food is scarce, though, they get creative, and in rare, desperate cases, that means turning their attention to a much smaller feline neighbor. Constantly outmuscled and forced to eat fast or lose everything, the cheetah proves that speed alone doesn't guarantee safety at the top. Serval. The serval is one of the smaller cats sharing the cheetah's territory, topping out at around 19 kilograms. It may look like easy prey for Africa's larger predators, but its real weapon is agility. Servals are elusive enough to slip away from most heavy-set hunters while spending their days picking off rodents, birds, and amphibians. Escaping a lumbering hyena is one thing, outrunning the fastest land predator on Earth is another story entirely. Servals aren't a typical menu item for cheetahs, but on rare occasions, hunts have been documented. Likely the work of a starving or unusually desperate cheetah, or possibly one treating the serval as competition rather than prey. Small, quick, and usually safe, until it runs into the one predator built to outrun anything. Leopard. If the cheetah is Africa's fastest gambler, the leopard is its most calculated killer. Leopards are among the most widespread big cats on the planet, but that success means constantly sharing turf with larger, hungrier competitors. Unlike cheetahs, who simply surrender their kills, leopards haul their prey straight up into the trees, an astonishing feat considering one of the largest verified leopard kills was a 900-kilogram eland, far too massive to ever drag off the ground. Ranging across Africa and Asia, leopards typically target mid-sized antelope and primates, using pure stealth to strike before their prey even registers a threat. That same stealth makes them dangerous after dark, and in rare cases, a fully grown, experienced leopard will use the cover of night to ambush a cheetah, something no leopard could pull off in daylight against such a vigilant target. Masters of ambush and nearly untouchable in the trees, but even the leopard has bigger cats to worry about. Lion. Where the leopard relies on stealth, the lion relies on numbers, and it's numbers, not size, that make lions one of Africa's most dominant predators. A single fully grown tiger actually outweighs and overpowers an individual lion, but lions are the only big cats that live and hunt in large social groups, letting them take down prey more efficiently and fend off rivals like spotted hyenas. Found mostly across sub-Saharan Africa with a small holdout population in India, lions spend their days operating as a coordinated unit rather than a lone hunter. That teamwork extends to territorial disputes. Lions will attack leopards, stealing their kills when they can't be hauled into a tree, and killings are usually territorial rather than for food, since lions typically don't even eat the leopards they kill. It's not one-sided either. Leopards will snatch lion cubs when the pride's guard is down, which may explain why lions treat them with such open hostility. Strength in numbers keeps the lion on top, but it also makes enemies out of anything that threatens the pride. Tiger. Where the lion rules through community, the tiger rules alone. A lone adult tiger is larger and more powerful than a lone adult lion, and tigers carry that solitary dominance into everything they do. Scattered across fragmented ranges throughout Asia, each one operating as its own uncontested territory. Tigers are notoriously intolerant of other predators sharing their space, with Siberian tigers reportedly targeting even brown bears where their ranges overlap, alongside leopards whenever the two cross paths. A leopard that spots a tiger in time can usually escape up a tree, but one caught off guard rarely gets a second chance. And unlike lions, tigers typically eat the leopards and other predators they kill rather than leaving the body behind. Nothing in its ecosystem meaningfully threatens a fully grown tiger, solitary, dominant, and merciless with rivals. Once a tiger reaches maturity, the only thing left to fear is another tiger. Margay. Shifting away from Africa and Asia, the story moves into the treetops of Central and South America with the margay. About the same size as a typical house cat, the margay might look unassuming, but it's one of the most skilled climbers in the wild cat world, spending most of its life hunting directly in the canopy. That size makes it nimble enough to chase down monkeys, tree frogs, and squirrels through branches most predators couldn't navigate. But being small and lightweight comes with an obvious downside. Life in the trees keeps the margay safe from many ground predators, but it does nothing to protect it from something built to climb just as well. Nimble, arboreal, and built for the canopy, but vulnerability comes standard with being this small. The ocelot. The ocelot shares the margay's forests so closely that the two are often mistaken for each other at a glance, but the resemblance ends at size. An ocelot can weigh nearly 5 times as much as a margay, with a noticeably more muscular build suited to a less treetop-dependent lifestyle. Ocelots favor dense jungle near water, targeting slightly larger prey like possums and armadillos. And while they're capable climbers, they spend far more time hunting on the ground than their smaller neighbor. Because both cats compete for the same prey in the same forests, the ocelot occasionally turns that competition lethal, picking off margays when the opportunity arises. Enough that regions with strong ocelot populations tend to have noticeably fewer margays. It's rarely easy for an ocelot to catch one, but the impact on margay numbers is real. Bigger, bolder, and more grounded than its smaller lookalike, but the ocelot has bigger predators of its own to worry about. Cougar. The ocelot's biggest threat isn't the rival cat its own size, it's the cougar. Few wild cats are as adaptable, with cougars ranging across freezing mountains, humid wetlands, deserts, and rainforests throughout North and South America, adjusting their diet and behavior to whatever terrain they call home. In South American forests, cougars mainly target medium-sized mammals like deer, anteaters, and coatis, hunting mostly under cover of darkness, the same hours ocelots are active. A large male cougar can outweigh an ocelot by roughly 6 times, and while ocelots can flee into the trees, cougars are surprisingly capable climbers too, making escape far from guaranteed. Because their hunting hours and prey so often overlap, encounters between the two are common, and cougars rarely hesitate to attack. Massive range, brutal adaptability, and no hesitation when a smaller cat crosses its path. But even the cougar has one rival it would rather avoid.
Jaguar. That rival is the jaguar, the only true big cat native to the Americas. Jaguars stand roughly the same height as cougars but carry far more muscle mass and the wide, powerful skull built for a very different killing method. Instead of targeting the neck or spine like most big cats, jaguars are known to crush the skulls of their prey outright. In wetland regions like the Pantanal, jaguars hunt confidently in and around water, taking down prey as dangerous as large hyenas and anacondas, and ranking among the least aggressive big cats towards humans despite their raw power. Against a cougar of similar height, the added muscle usually settles the outcome in the jaguar's favor, though a fully grown, well-fed jaguar may avoid the fight altogether. A serious injury from a cougar could mean starvation later. Some unexplained cougar deaths have been blamed on jaguars, but without concrete evidence, it remains unconfirmed. In several regions, the two simply coexist by targeting different prey. Immensely powerful, aquatic capable, and rarely challenged, the jaguar sits at the top of nearly every ecosystem it enters, confirmed rival or not. There's an old saying that there's always a bigger fish. In the cat world, there's always a bigger cat. A few other rivalries didn't make the cut this time, including cougars and lynx, jaguars and ocelots, and lions and caracals. Let us know in the comments if there's a matchup you think deserves its own spotlight. Thanks for watching and see you next time.